Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of the Velvet Revolution. Um, two, two random people having random chats, and we'll see where we go today. It's feeling particularly random because Dave has just surprised me by pressing record, and I was trying to work out where we were at in terms of picking and letters and stuff. I think we're on the letter I, aren't we? I think we've got that far.
Yeah, I'm just trying to capture reality.
Yeah, yeah.
None of this fucking bells and whistles polished. Um, I've started watching Alan Partridge. Aha! Steve Coogan, the legend that is the freaking genius, one of British finest actors, comedy writers, and human beings. Until I stand corrected. And he has a little joke in there about um, where we get our advice from because his new series is about. Have you seen it? Have you started watching it?
I haven't started watching it
Okay,
yet. Yeah,
it's really good. It's
yeah,
about. I wasn't sure because it's like that sort of like when you keep milking the same cow,
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah,
it still going to work? But it's brilliant. I still think it's good because he is the character, right? So it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
he falls into it naturally, and he's talking about mental health. So the whole series is based on Alan Partridge. Who are we? Who am I? And him exploring different ways of gaining well-being. Like going for a country walk, and you got to see it. It's pretty funny. And there's one bit in it I can't think exactly what he says, but it's something along the lines of, do we need to see a specialist like a therapist or listen to an overconfident podcast host?
Right, okay. And
And that's why
you
I
like
don't,
to undermine any sense of like confidence
yeah.
or do we know what we're doing?
But the irony is, you've got to have a little bit of confidence to be able to press record and not really have a plan of how we're going to do it. We just go with it. You
That's
know what I
very
mean?
true. That's
That's a
very
lot.
true.
That's art. That's the canvas. We've got a blank canvas. I've just thrown some paint and a paintbrush in your hand and gone, go, paint.
Okay.
So
So if your portrait is slightly off, that is why.
yeah.
Or is it a self-portrait? It's
Well, the
probably a
thing is,
self-portrait.
but it's subjective.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like what, again, it always comes back to we live in a world, we're in this trend where everything's got to be overconfident and super perfect and produced and polished and over edited. And
And what you want to get back to the pirate radio waves,
I
jungle,
do,
jungle is
yes,
massive.
yes.
Yes.
We need pages, and it's like paging. If you want to shout out for your little hometown crew, big shout out to the country bumpkin posse hanging out at the train station. Yeah, big up.
Yeah, nice. That's what we need.
Yeah. Anyway, where was we at anyway? We were on the intros.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, talking of that, talking about joining us, talking about becoming part of this podcast, let me remind you that we have a website, www.thevelvetrevolutionpod.com. And if you want to email us, join us at thevelvetrevolutionpod.com. And on that, we have had somebody joining us. Blaine has left some really lovely comments on Spotify.
I love that. It always reminds me of I'm thinking of Bane, isn't it?
Yeah, I could
So,
do it in
sorry,
the Bane
sorry,
voice, and then you wouldn't be able to
sorry,
understand it.
sorry, Blaine. Yeah, do you want to do it in the Bane voice?
There we go. Hey, gentlemen, I've literally just finished season one and remain absolutely blown away and significantly more knowledgeable and empowered. Well, that is bloody marvelous because if we do that for one person, then our job is done as far as I'm concerned.
Well, we're done. We don't need to do any more
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that was finished. Thanks, Blaine. I have to admit, there's a real sense of sadness when I came to the end of season one, as I wasn't sure when you guys would return. But having heard this trailer, my excitement for season two is palpable. It's good to hear you'll be back on the airwaves very soon, and I, for one, simply cannot wait. Viva the TVR. Thank you so much, Blaine. That's a beautiful, beautiful comment. And thank you for being our most avid listener and being part of this revolution.
Mm.
There we go. So there's three of us, plus Charlotte, who wrote in as well. That's four. We're building momentum, Dave.
There you go. We've got enough people to fit in a car and go on a little road trip. TPR
let's
road.
let's
Take you
see where
to-
the pager tells us to go. We'll be round the M25, waiting for the latest signal.
Oh my God. And then we can upgrade to a mini bus.
The
It's hilarious. It's
magic
hilarious.
bus.
Did you ever watch that documentary on thanks for reading that out, Ben, and thank you, Blaine, for taking the time
Yeah,
to tune in, feel the frequency,
yeah.
and to articulate your thoughts. Appreciate it, man. Um, did you ever see the film Fire? Fyre, Fire. It was the documentary on that shit show of a
Festival.
festival
I I might have done, but I don't remember it.
where the guy just didn't have the kahunas to actually just get real and admit that he's flawed and couldn't quite pull it off. And he was just spinning plates and juggling balls and sidestepping and deflecting, and he just got a right old mess with it all, and it all just collapsed, and everyone was just really super pissed off with him. Um, yeah, it's quite interesting to watch, but it just reminded me how he had this huge. I mean, I admire his vision. You know, his intentions were there. You know, to do a really cool thing, but it just didn't quite work out. But he was going to put everyone on a plane, wasn't he? I'm sure he was just putting everyone on planes. That was part of the deal. It was like a high end. You buy your ticket and you get put on a plane, don't you, or something?
Yeah, it was
I
the
can't
mega. It was
remember.
mega rich. It was mega rich, wasn't it? From what I remember, it was like a
Yeah.
proper. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. I don't know. I wonder how many of like events in the world, like big cultural events like that, are literally, they're sort of always teetering on that edge of collapse
yeah.
because the people running them are blagging it,
Yeah.
and most of them, I'm guessing, get away with it, and a few
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. What the common thread I always see is accountability. It always
Mm-hmm.
comes down to accountability, man. And a lot of people, if
Okay.
you don't have a lot of accountability, if you can just opt out, you know, do the trap door, back door, do a little backdoor Dave. Well, it's getting a bit too much now. I'm going to just sort of disappear onto the next little venture, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway. Rrr.
So we haven't actually checked in. So I'm going to ask you, how are you, Dave?
Oh, thanks. Okay, so you're gonna love this one.
Go
You've been waiting for this for many episodes.
on.
I think I haven't seen a specialist yet, but people who I talk to about this keep floating the term sciatica.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
It's back, isn't it? Is it
Yeah,
discs?
I've not really looked into it. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but from what I understand, it's to do with your back and your nerves and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. Anyway, it all started a week Friday, so 12 days ago, or no, however many days ago. I can't remember how many days ago it was. I was doing a simple task of opening my oven grill, top grill of my oven door
Mm-hmm.
to casually, as one would, remove 3 slices of toast.
Nice.
And I
Is,
just had
is
this,
three your chosen number when you go for a toast?
yeah, when I'm having fish on them,
Oh,
fish
okay.
like sardines on toast sort of vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have these sardines in a tin, letting everyone onto my trade secrets of my little snack, my little brunches I have at home.
Nice.
And it's just enough. 2 slices isn't enough. I have
Uh-huh.
overspill. Sardines are going overboard again. They're going to capsize. Four's too many.
Yep. Yeah. Four is too many.
Three's the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And I was just removing them, and I felt this real jolt. And it's a familiar pain. I've had it before. Um, so, and I was out of commission. I could not walk. Literally, it was horrific. It's just when you just put any pressure on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the last time I was really out of commission like that was when I snapped my freaking feet and bust my heel back in my formative years, being a little rascal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on crutches and all sorts and a wheelchair at one point for a couple of days. Anyway, so yeah, that put me out of commission. But I'm standing up now talking to you. I've did some yoga this morning. I've been slowly rebuilding my strength up, my confidence to walk. I haven't taken any anything to dull the pain, no drugs. Now, just a disclaimer, that's just my choice, right? You've got to take your own accountability for your own choices, people. Don't do what I've done just because I've done it. You might be different to me, but I'm just able to navigate pain as best I can. Depends on the level of pain. Sometimes it's just too intolerable and I've got to do something. But this occasion, it was like risk assessment. Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, but I can manage this pain in a different way, and that's what I did. Um, yeah. So, and I feel like I'm making a good recovery. I've had two really good massages from a
Mm-hmm.
from a really good masseuse who I see. It's been good.
Okay.
So I've nipped
Starting to
it in
feel
the
strong
butt.
again.
I've nipped it in the bud. Yeah. It was debilitating to the fact, this one where you just can't
Mm.
do certain things that you love doing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I want to go swimming. I want to go walking. I
yeah.
wasn't able to do that stuff, and that gets me more. That gets me down more than the actual inconvenience of the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Because you've got to sit with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is, anyone listening at home, this is what I believe it's all about, is when we have these ailments and we're forced to sit with ourselves, I believe there's a greater purpose than just, oh, it's an inconvenience. So, I get an opportunity to just be with my pain, with myself, not just my physical ailments, but what's going on in my mind,
Mm.
what's going on in my heart, what's going on in my soul. And that's what I believe. I think it's a greater purpose. And it has been a great purpose. I needed to sit with myself a bit.
Found some clarity.
Yeah, it's been beautiful.
Nice.
Once I get the clarity, suddenly, I start to recover.
Okay.
There we go. That's just my experience. Anyway, how are you?
Um, yeah, I'm probably at the I've definitely been at the other end of that, in that I've still got this sort of debilitating shoulder neck pain, which isn't terrible pain, but what it's done is it's basically made my right arm not move properly. So I have really limited mobility in my right arm. And yeah, basically I have a T-Rex right arm. Uh,
I was being animated then. I just had my hand up like a T-Rex, waving it at Ben.
and like my thumb and the thumb pad is just completely numb down into my wrist. And yeah, it's just making things really hard. Like you said, I can't do the things I want to do. Like I can't draw, which is really bugging me. And I haven't made or created anything for a while, which yeah, is making me feel not good. Um, and there's also part of that is like I was doing really well on my diabetes. I was, eating really well, moving quite a lot, starting to walk a bit more. And because I couldn't move my arm properly, it's been really difficult to cook and do all the good stuff. And so my blood sugars have gone up as well. And I've kind of got that. Sorry, go on.
Hang on, something's coming up for me. I'm just envisioning you with your little, that immobile
Mm-hmm.
hand that you've got. I'm doing it again. I'm just
Yeah.
animating it. So what I'm envisioning now is you've had a big bag of party-sized Maltesers. There are lots of other goodies you can get. Take your pick. Small geezers. We call them small geezers, and
Okay.
get away with it. So you had this big party bag full of stacked small geezers, right? And you've lifted that up to that hand, and you're just doing that.
Yeah.
Is that what you've been doing?
I haven't, I mean, to be fair, I haven't hit the chocolate. I haven't hit pure sugar.
Good,
I've,
because you're
I've,
gonna die.
yeah, yeah. So it's more savory. So I keep on eating a lot of peanuts.
Oh no.
Dry roasted peanuts are my crack cocaine at the moment. Um, but
No.
what I'm realizing is basically whether I was having a chat with someone yesterday, and I called it my sort of toddler tantrum inner child. And he says, no, it sounds more like your sort of moody teenager. I just want to do what I want to do kind of inner child. But whichever one it is, basically at the moment, it's like, it's not fair. It's not fair that I can't have the ice cream, that I can't
No.
have the Maltesers.
Yeah. I don't want to not have ice cream
Yeah,
and
that's
small
exact.
geezers. I want them now.
That's exactly what my inner voice sounds like at the moment. And so, yeah, and I've just been like I like there's yeah my blood sugars have gone through the roof again, and it's just ridiculous, and I'm fed up of yeah I'm really doing a bad job of sitting with myself and going, yeah, this is a time of contemplation. This is me feeling good about myself. It's more me going, oh, I am so fed up with all this and I just want to be okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
even to, I mean, it's even to the point I mean, I do, like, I went to the doctors about all that stuff this year, and I've had loads of medical appointments, but I haven't been to the doctors about my shoulder. And it's like it's been almost 3 months now.
Mm.
And it's like I don't know. I don't know why I haven't been or why I haven't asked for help. I think part of me thinks nothing's going to change. But yeah, I just want to feel uh normal. I just want to be a normal boy, Dave.
I just want to be normal. Like I've got images now of you just sitting there with your bag of nuts, talking into the bag, like, as if they're like, it's like the two people on the bar stool in the bar having a slurp, and it's you and your bag of nuts, and you're
Yeah,
just like talking into a, right, the void, the black hole, that deep well of bag of nuts, and you're just talking all your woes to the nuts,
yeah,
and you're
yeah,
getting these answers. It's like that film Castaway with Wilson.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
you and the bag of nuts
yeah,
having a dialogue,
yeah.
and you're getting all the answers that you need for your narrative to stay in that mire of
Yeah, yeah.
the pit of lowness. Oh man.
So yeah, that's yeah. It's been a tough couple of weeks, but I know where I'm at, and that's almost quite a difficult place to be as well, because it's when other people are trying to help. It's like, I know what I need to do. I know I just need to do this, this, and this, and I'll keep it up for a couple of days, and then it's like, oh, I've let it slip again,
Well,
and
mm,
yeah, there's not enough accountability.
you're going to end up developing a nut allergy. And then you're going to be double fucked. And you
Yeah,
can't, you're going to be a diabetic, nut allergy, freaking paraplegic at some point if you're not careful.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
honestly, and I don't mean to joke and use that and throw that around because it's not something to joke about. Just trying to, bring a little bit of humor to your situation. Um, but yeah, I don't need to bore you anymore. You've been bored by everyone else telling you what's going on. But yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Mm.
Yeah. And you kind of do know, but then you kind of, if you knew, this is the thing. Someone used to say to me, because I used to say, yeah, yeah, I know. All you got to do is love yourself. Yeah, I know. But deeply, quietly, I'm seething. It's like, fuck you, man. Don't
Yeah.
fucking remind me of what I'm not doing,
Yeah.
or what I'm not sure how to do. Fuck you. I always took it as who do you think you are to see me, see through my bullshit?
Yeah. Yeah.
How dare you?
Just take the bloody medicine. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And I did, like, so this week I was like, yeah, so so this is just sums my week up. So I'm like, right, okay, you know, I'm going to do all the stuff. So I started cooking, I started taking my medicine properly, I was eating regularly, I got my blood sugars right down.
Mm.
And then Thursday night, I got home and it's like, right, I need to cook. And so I started cooking and I made myself this really nice walnut smoky
Should you
pasta
get?
sauce.
Should you be having nuts?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm not allergic yet, so it's all good.
Okay.
And I opened a tin of tomatoes with my rubbish right hand and sliced through my little finger. So there's,
Jeez.
so there's blood everywhere. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. And and because my right arm doesn't work properly, I keep on dropping things and not being able to pick things up properly. And then I'm like, right, okay, put a plaster on that, got rid of all the blood, sorted that out. And then I was starting to clean up and I went to wash up one of these cans of tomatoes that I'd opened and I sliced open another finger on the other hand. And I was just like, what is going on? Like this is my life at the moment. I just can't get a
You,
break.
yeah, you're getting a almighty bitch slap. You really are. You're getting a real bitch slap from the Almighty.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I've upset someone somewhere and
yeah.
I'm just having to do my penance.
Well, it's as annoying as it is to say it and not to say it. It's not annoying for me to say it. As annoying as it is to hear this, but you're exactly where you're meant to be in life to get you to the next point,
Mm-hmm.
as they say.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. I don't want to hear that.
Because,
You can just do one, mate.
because, I recently was around someone who's got a similar sort of thing going on, and everything just seems to be, you know, a little bit chaotic,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying everything that's going on for you is chaotic, but there's mildly there's some disorder going on there. Maybe I don't know if you'd use that word for what's going on, if it's just bad luck, I don't know, or in how you see it, or just on a bad run at the moment, just in a bad season. But yeah, and it's the same for this person. It was just like I could. It's really easy to see when you're looking outside from an outside perspective, looking into someone else's life. It's really easy to see it. But there's that saying: you spot it, you got it.
Hmm.
And I've definitely had that, and I can still get into all of that kerfuffle of you know it always being this. It's just when you think you can't hit another red light, you hit another red light and another red light. And it's just, yeah, it's mindset, isn't it?
It is, and when you start sort of analyzing that and going, and that's a really hard thing to do. Is go, what is actually my role in this? What's my
Mm,
part of this?
mm,
And part of me is is sitting in it, and there's an element of wallowing because I could go to the doctors,
yeah.
I could try and do something else, but there's part of me just going, oh, I haven't got the time, I can't do this, they're not going to do anything. There's excuses for why it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. I said to some just recently, stop everything you're doing, take some time out and just sit and be and just
Mm-hmm.
breathe and there's nothing you need to do right now. There
Yeah,
isn't. There really isn't. He's got a bit of luxury of having a bit of money to be able to just not do anything for a bit. Just
yeah,
don't do anything. But there's always something that you've got to do every day.
yeah.
And I love what the Buddhist mindset, what they say is what don't do today what you could do tomorrow. Now, some people are like, well, that's impossible. I've got freaking kids, got family, got work. And it's like, no, okay, I get that. Like, but all the other stuff. We have so many things that we think we need to do every day. We don't.
Yeah,
Just chill the fuck out, man. Just sit and be and breathe, drop the shoulders. That's the problem when we get shoulders and neck pains, and even for me, back pain,
Yeah, yeah.
is taking on too much. It's just, I need to do the opposite. I need to drop everything, drop all the balls, stop juggling them balls, man. Kick the balls away. Don't need them balls right now.
Get off the unicycle.
Yes. But it comes down to you do the right things happen.
Yeah, meh. It's not how it feels, Dave.
Yeah, well, fuck you. I'm joking. Ah, you'll be all right, man. At some point, you'll decide
Yeah.
that you've had enough and you want to start doing something about it. And it's not just happening to you. It's like, you already know that part. You know it's not just happening to you.
Hmm.
You already know that. So it's just the next step, which is the second step's always the most pivotal step, isn't it? First step's always, aha. Yes, okay, I get it. I'm doing this. This is I have a part in this. And then the second step's the most pivotal. It's like that's the one where it's like, okay, well now I've got a choice. Do I do anything about it or do I just carry on like not doing anything about it
Yeah,
and figuring out, okay, what can I actually do to change the outcome for a better one?
yeah.
Anyway, on that note, can we
uh,
move on?
Go on then. Go on then.
But apart from
Not all about
all,
me.
apart from all of that, are you okay?
Yeah, yeah, I'm okay. I had a really lovely day yesterday, actually. I had a really good day yesterday. And that's that, that what yesterday showed me was my my feeling at the moment is the easy, like you said, it there's a real sort of balance between is it okay to just do nothing and sit and just breathe? And then part of me is giving myself justification to do that, and then I'm just sitting on the sofa with a blanket over me because it's the safest place to be,
Yeah, boshing loads of peanuts.
boshing loads of peanuts. And actually, yesterday I got up and I went into town and I met up with some lovely people and had some really lovely conversations.
Mm,
And I came back and felt a little bit more nourished than dry roasted peanuts make me feel.
lovely.
And thought, oh, maybe I do need to. I'll do this, this, and this. Like it was, yeah, some adult voices cutting through the crap, going,
Yeah,
yeah, just like you just said now. I don't want to hear it, but
yeah,
it's right and it's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
So
I think there's them three parts of our being, or there's definitely three parts of my being. Anyone at home might relate to this. I've got the little pet, not the petulant. I've got the little um, timid, scared little boy.
mm-hmm.
Oh no, I've got to hide under the bed. I'm scared. And maybe there's some 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 hurt, heartache, pain, whatever
Mm-hmm.
involved with that, and fear. And then there's the petulant, angry little teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you lot. I know best. Yeah, I know. Fuck yeah, all right. Leave me alone. I'll figure it out. What problem? Ain't a problem. Fuck you. There's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the kind of stoic, mature, wise, powerful, courageous, measured, adult part of me. And that part of me has to act as like the guide, the guardian, the parent to shut the fuck up, mate. Get to the back of the class. Actually, don't get to the back class. Fuck off. Sling your go for a walk. Go and play in the traffic for a bit. It's one of them. You got to get rid of, kick that freaking petulant teenage attitude to touch. It don't belong in certain situations. Get the fuck away.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to scoop up the little scared little fucking child, my inner child, and care for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what goes on is like, we've got them three modalities. We get triggered and we get overwhelmed and insecure or afraid. very anxious, hyper anxious, and hypercritical of our situation, our life, and we get frustrated. And then we can revert into child mode and we just want to hide and eat peanuts on the sofa under the duvet with the fucking curtains shut. And if anyone tries to sort of interrupt that, it's that you've got the guardian. Your guardian is the teenager going, "Fuck you! I'll fucking hit you if you come anywhere near him." And what you really need to do is go, "Boy, mate, fuck off, sling your hook. I've got this.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got to look after this little lad." That's what I learned from some great people doing some great work on my on that dynamic that I've had to restructure myself,
Hmm.
And if you've got good teachers in your life, early life, you kind of will learn how to do that naturally because it'll be led by example. But, sometimes you have to find that knowledge from outside sources, and that's okay as well. But the most important thing is getting that information. You know all of this anyway.
Hmm.
A lot of people do. They can read books on it. They can do their little online courses on it. They could go and do therapy for the next fucking 20 years on it and still sit in front of a therapist, and a therapist will still say the same thing. Oh, it's your inner child's getting triggered. Maybe you need to reparent yourself. But unless they take the action, unless I take the action to actually practice it and develop a skill to be able to be the parent and to know when the petulant little fucker's stepping in and to know when my inner child's being activated, it's all rendered useless. It's just knowledge. It doesn't mean anything if you're not using it.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, that's what I think. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's pick a word for the day.
Okay, it's my turn, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so we're on I, yeah? I for ignoramus.
An igloo.
Igloo.
Hmm.
Is that on there? Should we do igloo? Could we weave that in somehow?
That's where I'm at the moment. I'm in my igloo.
Yeah. Has your life become barren and cold? Do you feel like you're just living in an igloo? Right. Intrigue.
Oh.
Oh. Irrational. Oh, I feel like irrational is what we just covered. Because that's what it is, isn't it? Irrational mindset. It's a bit of neurosis to what we're talking about, I feel.
Yeah, yeah.
Irritable. Insatiable. Inspire. Insecure. Insincere. Impatient. Isolate. Irresponsible. Right, we've already done inconsiderate. That's redlined. Ill-tempered. Petulant teenager. Impulsive, petulant teenager. Indecisive, indifferent, inflexible, intolerant, intuitive, intolerable. That's the same as intolerant. Okay. I'm going to go with intuitive.
Why?
Just like the word.
Okay.
Felt like it was a breath of fresh air.
Okay.
Just after what we discovered, I just felt like intuitive just sounded like the antidote.
Okay.
And it is in a way.
Yeah. Mm.
So I'm just redlining it.
Okay.
Intuitive, aka intuition, aka Jedi mind powers,
Okay.
aka wisdom, aka the source, aka innate knowledge.
Is that it? You covered it?
There's more.
There's more.
There's loads more. But anyway, answers on a postcard to join us at thevelvetrevolutionpod.com. There you go. All right. So, Ben,
Yes.
Mr. Rice, you have intuition, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a question. You have intuition, right? Yeah.
Everyone, yeah, I think so. Doesn't everyone have it?
Well, yeah, but does everyone use it?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yeah,
do you think so?
yeah. Well, for me, intuition is sort of my gut told me to do this, and
Mm.
yeah, it's like it's doing something quite impulsively, isn't it? Intuition.
Um,
Is it impulsive or is there
I
more?
don't know. Keep going, keep going.
So for me, intuition is like I'm doing something because I instinctively feel that it's the right thing to do.
How do you know?
So,
How do you know it is the right thing to do?
but that's the thing, you're not thinking about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, so you go with like what your gut's telling you, and
But
that
what?
could be quite impulsive, couldn't it?
But what happens if your gut's telling you, "I'm freaking hungry and I just want to scull 2 tubs, not just two, 3 tubs of a certain particular very yummy, popular ice cream brand."
Um,
What happens if your gut's telling you that?
well, then I have to make a conscious decision to say no. My diabetes will tell me that will make me really ill and make me go blind.
And that's
So
discern. That's discernment. That's the
that's
discernment.
discernment. So, but if you're just being intuitive and going, oh yeah, I just really feel like some ice cream today, then you just do it, wouldn't you? So there's an impulse there, I think, as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm going to get the book out.
Yeah. Do you do,
Yeah.
do you feel like it is impulsive?
I don't know, man. I prefer the word spontaneity.
Okay.
Spontaneous.
It
I think
sounds
in
it sounds like a word or a feeling that has more wisdom to it.
Yeah, when you're spontaneous, so that is impulsiveness, I think has got too much energy in it that comes from a place of possible greed or desire. Desire is the right word. Desire,
Okay.
right? So I believe, well, I know from my own experience, but I believe it's far greater than just my experience. I believe it's quite a mainstream thing that we all get entangled in. Desire is something that we pursue more than anything else. And take your pick. Desire could be anything. I desire that outcome. I desire a shit ton of cash.
Mm-hmm.
I desire sexual oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
I desire drug induced oblivion. I desire those pair of shoes.
Okay.
I desire a new car, etc., etc., etc. And I think that sometimes there's an impulsiveness to that. It's not intuition. Intuition's not telling me I need a new car. Do you know what I mean? Am I going a bit off piece with that?
I just, I mean, intuition is following your sort of like sense of I don't know. My concern around intuition is that you follow your gut, and there's a sense of right this of knowing this is right or wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a sense of doing the right thing. Uh, but my concern around that is that if you have been brought up in a way to it's a bit like you were saying earlier, if you haven't had that wisdom to trust which part of you is speaking at that time,
Mm-hmm.
which part of your psyche is saying, whether it's the child saying I'm not
Mm-hmm.
safe here, whether it's the teenager saying sod it, I'm gonna imbibe all these dry roasted peanuts, or whether it's the adult going, well, no, the practical sensible solution here is to do this. if you haven't, if you don't have that insight, then trusting your gut can be quite dangerous, I think.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So, but into that's what your intuition is, isn't it? If you haven't been brought up in that way and you haven't got that wisdom, then your intuition could lead you somewhere
Of course it can.
quite
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Intuition is one of them buzzwords where it's like this is the problem we got is there's a lot of stuff that is out there that you do hear people say if it feels right, it is right. And
Mm-hmm.
even I say it,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not in my gut.
Where is that in your head?
I don't feel I have that.
Okay,
It's just an inner knowing.
your inner Jedi.
Yeah, it's a knowing. It's like a my whole being just it's very clear to me because it's been really very tuned in, dialed into the pure consciousness of it, right? So I believe if you are unconscious,
Mm-hmm.
which there's a lot of unconscious people out there. I was for many years,
Mm-hmm.
as much as there's a lot of conscious people out there, and I'm one of those now, right? But I can still slip into my subconscious of, I could drive from point A to point B and go, oh, I don't remember getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I can, but I don't do that because I am very conscious driving, right? And it's scary how many people, you only have to drive past someone who've got their head down texting whilst they're driving at 60 down a country lane thinking, fuck me. They're not conscious.
Mm-hmm.
They're not conscious driving. They're not consciously driving. So there's evidence out there. I've got my own evidence that when I'm in a subconscious, asleep, dull, not tuned in, medicated, sedated mindset, when I'm not present, whether I'm chasing desire, the person driving down the lane at 60 mile an hour texting is, yeah, I'll be there soon. I can't wait. Yeah, get your clothes off. Desire.
Yep.
That's just one example that you might see, right? I'm not saying that's me. I'm saying that wasn't me.
Yeah, it was. That was your subconscious coming through.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like, people are just led by their desire. They're so enraveled in it. I can be as well. This is for me as well. I can be so enraveled in my desires that I'm not consciously doing do the right thing happens, right? So is the evidence there that your life is littered with inconveniences and things that are just like fuck's sake? And it's like, are you really conscious in your decision making? Are you really present? Is there some spontaneity in there as well? Because spontaneity, some people will say, yeah, it's just impulsiveness. It's like an impulse. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to explore all of this.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of like, what it's making me think of is a story from your book. And am I allowed to
Of course you
just,
can.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
So,
invited. Yeah.
yeah. So, it makes me think of the island and it makes me think of you in that cab where you're like, I need my passport. I'm in real trouble here. I know that stuff's getting really real. So, bearing in mind that's a point in your life where you describe yourself as being really unskillful, but your intuition had kicked in, going, I'm in serious trouble here. I need to
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah.
And by the luck of the gods and whatever else, you managed to get out.
Mm,
Um, so even then, when you're in an unskillful place, your intuition has said to you, right,
yeah.
sort this out now, or I'm going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what it made me think of, because it's gone back to that idea, like I'm saying, is you can come from an unskillful household, an unskillful um, parenting, where you haven't been attuned to thinking about what is right and what is wrong, or what is safe and what is not safe. Which voice is speaking at this moment in time. Um, am I just following impulses that are going to lead me into a place that ultimately are going to create harm for me?
Mm,
And and whether intuition overrides that and kicks in at some point in, and whether it is that matter of sort of almost life and death. It's almost like, right, I'm in serious trouble here. I've got to do something about it.
Absolutely. So like no different to the island for you. Um, it's got to get to a point of absolute despair to for something to override all of
Mm,
your other decision making that's got you to the point of despair
yeah, yeah.
to kick in and save your ass. Now I believe, and I do believe now, I don't care what people think, I believe that there's guides, maybe seen and unseen,
Hmm.
that are there that can lead the way out of something, whether we're conscious or not. And when we're conscious, we can see the guides, and they're in, they're there. They're very obvious to us. It's the synchronicities of seeing certain people placed in certain places at certain times, and they are like the guides that guide us through our lives, whether it's a relevant teacher or just it could be a friend or anyone. It could be anyone, right? It could be a stranger, but they're placed to help us guide and navigate our lives, I believe. But if we're unconscious, we ain't seeing those guides. I believe that there are something far greater than the guides that we're not seeing that will just grab us and go, it will just give, there'll be something, it will be like some sort of jolt of realization to get you out of it. You'll receive it. And on that island, for many months that I was on that island, I was kicking myself around that island, getting into all sorts of bother. And I only wrote about what I wrote. It was much more than what I wrote about, but it was
Hmm.
enough to write about to give people an idea of what the situation was and how extreme it was. And if I hadn't have really taken action on that sort of jolt of realization that I need to remove myself from this situation ASAP. If I hadn't listened to that, I'm not sure I'd be, you know, kind of deep down, I kind of know I'm not sure I'd be here.
Hmm.
So I feel like, what you checked in with at some point, there are these flags, these signal markers to point us in the right direction. But if we're not paying attention and we're not using our conscious intuition to guide us through it, I believe there is, yeah, definitely an undercurrent of like a survival instinct, because intuition's instinct.
Okay.
Right, let me read out what it says in the book, right?
Hmm.
Intuition, the ability to understand or know something immediately without conscious reasoning. So it's no question. You just know. Like I said, I feel it's a knowing. That's what it says here. The ability to understand or know something immediately without conscious reasoning. So it's like your innate wisdom that we all have.
And is there an assumption that you are you're making a good and right decision with that intuition, or can your intuition, right, you've got two people, one's going to lead you astray, one's going to take you down the good path, whatever, and your intuition tells you that the person that's going to lead you astray is actually the right person to go with.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is, does intuition automatically mean you're making a good decision, or can your intuition, if you're not consciously or rationally thinking about the decision, what are you basing that intuition on, and can it make you make a bad choice and go, right, I'm going to follow this person that I know is going to take me down the
Mm.
pub,
I
get me
think,
get me smashed, and I'm going
yeah.
to end up on a 2 week bender.
Well, it's like everything. I believe that there's a dark and a light side to everything, yin yang, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like if you think about the addictive nature of the mind, it's very cunning. It'll tell you that there is no addiction of the mind
Mm-hmm.
and there's not a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could be in that one for years of your life, like I was, convinced that everything's gravy when it ain't. And all the evidence is presented to you that your life is not working out. It could be better. And I always had this deep sense from very young that I wasn't meant to be living in the way that I was living. But I wasn't acting, I wasn't acknowledging or acting out on that that inner voice, my intuition that was telling me this isn't how you're meant to be living, Dave. There's another way. But I was caught up in this other voice that maybe was posing as part of the intuition, saying, "No, you're all right, man. You're good. Carry on.
Yeah.
Gonna be all right, man. We'll figure this shit out. Just you and me, mate. Just you and me."
But then that would suggest that's what I'm saying is it, like it feels to me like the definition of intuition suggests that you are making a good choice.
Yeah. And you
You're
have to
making
do,
a right choice
yeah.
without knowing there's an innate feeling that this is the right thing to do. So
And
there's a
you, yeah,
morality to it.
definitely.
But
And you, yeah,
but
keep
I
going.
also what like yeah, it's almost like your moral code speaking through. So like you're saying, like I've made lots of decisions in my life that I know ultimately took me to places I didn't really want to be, but my intuition at the time might have said, this is wrong, but you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So your intuition is almost like your moral code sitting in there going,
Yeah. Good cop,
yeah,
bad, good cop, bad cop.
okay.
Right. So you got to develop it. It's like, well, it's always said, what one are you going to feed? The good cop or the bad cop,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because whichever one you feed, it's going to have more power.
So there's a good intuition and a bad intuition.
I believe that the bad part of your being, the little gremlin that sort of pokes away at us, our little inner voice that's the inner critic, and
Feed me after midnight.
yeah, the ego, that compose, it's very clever. It will tell us, yeah, follow your desires, man. Over here, it's all shiny. It's shiny and bright. You like shiny and bright, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I know you do. Remember that thing that you did the other day at Shine Bright? You remember how good that was? Come on, let's go and do it. And you're just like, if you've got no sort of ability to understand that's what's going on, that's the first thing. If you're just completely, if you just think that all the things that go on, all that narrative, all that um, the scripts that you create and that are playing out in your mind in the narrative of your, you know, your head that sits in between your ears. If you think that's just what it is and that you've got no control over it, then you're fucked. But if you at some point go, okay, I've got a bit of influence over this shit, I can realize that actually a lot of that stuff is inaccurate and I don't have to follow it. I don't have to follow my desires. I don't have to actually listen to that voice. I know it's there, but I need to start to develop. It's about developing a stronger sense of connection to your authenticity, your authentic self. Who am I? Because I'm not the story of my past. I'm not this my thoughts. I'm not my emotions a lot of the time. I'm not the pains of my past, my body, and all the my my you know my defects or my defilements, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lot more than that. And you have to develop that part of you so that that part of you will start to realize a beautiful relationship with the right part of the intuition, the right part, the pure, the true part of intuition thinking process, in my opinion.
Okay.
Not the deceptive voice, that's telling
Decepticon.
you this is the right thing to do. Come on, come on. Yeah. Like intuition, I read intuition description. Intuitive, based on what you feel to be true. Based on what you feel to be true. Instinctive. Now, one's knowing and one's feeling, right? The ability to understand or know something immediately without conscious reasoning, right? But in intuitive, which is the same thing as intuition, basically, isn't it?
Was using your
Yeah,
yeah.
is based on what you feel to be true, instinctive, right? So this is the whole thing. Just because you feel something's right doesn't mean it necessarily is.
Well, then that contradicts what we're saying
No, because
because
you
if
go.
you like, so I remember I was listening to this podcast a couple of months ago, and I'm sure he was SAS. It was someone like that. It was like a survival type
Oh God.
expert,
Yeah.
and he said, "Do not trust your gut. Your
Yeah.
gut will instinctively be wrong." He
Yeah.
said, you need to be conscious and make a conscious decision. But so if intuition is like making a decision unconsciously without rational thought, then you're always in danger of your intuition getting it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So look, the book of words, it's the book of words, man. Right. It's from that place where a lot gets,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So I know who you're talking about, that guy,
Okay. Yeah.
and I've heard what he said, and I know
Hmm.
he talks about that, and he's not alone. And there's a lot of people that are all about the gut, and I say it, if it feels right, it normally is.
Hmm.
But that's for me. I say that I can say that because that's how it is for me because I've developed it. It's a skill. It's you've got to practice it. You've got to develop it. Like an SAS guy, they develop skills. They practice certain skills. Mindset's a big part of it.
Okay.
Not all of them can pass the training.
Hmm.
That's for a reason because not everyone has the mindset to be able to do it.
Because their intuition lets them down.
But it is because it's about having mental stamina. That's what being an SAS or any of that sort of ilk of caliber of expert
Yeah.
specialist in any field, you've got to have mental stamina to be able to have the discipline to know how to operate, right? In
Hmm.
very dangerous, fucked up situations. If they're just going on their gut feeling, that's exactly what he's saying. If you're just going what feels right is I need to run the fuck away,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But if he
Yeah.
if he was to run away, he might get a freaking grenade through his back or something because he's running. You know
Okay.
what I mean? It's that, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I just think, I guess I'm trying to, like, for me, I'm trying to think of examples in my life, but I'm trying to think of people. I'm thinking of relationships, I guess, and that's platonic and romantic relationships. But someone new comes along, and they're new and they're shiny and they're exciting, and they present something to you that you think, oh yeah, I want that. I want what they've got.
I'm going 60 miles down the country lane. Hurry up, get your clothes off. I'll be round soon.
And you get intoxicated with that idea of a new relationship, a new, yeah, and you follow these people, and I know this is what I've done in the past is I I sort of let their sense of self consume me, and my intuition at that point is completely telling me that actually it's okay. These people are trustworthy. These people are worth investing my time in. And I
How do you know at that point? How do you know at that point? How long have you met this person for?
was this is just it. You're going on that gut instinct. I've met you for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And yeah, and one thing leads to another, and you're just at no
So
point did I, am I going at that point? Yeah, my intuition is saying actually,
there we
sensibly,
go.
I should be not doing what you're telling me to do.
So exactly. So you've just given a brilliant example of when you're led by desire. And your desire will tell you this is the right thing to do. You like this. This feels great. She's going to be your wife. She's going to have your kids.
Hmm.
She's brilliant. She's perfect. We go, we do that sort of naught to conclusion in a split second
Hmm.
thinking without actually pausing.
So there's
Now,
no intuition there. So intuition is completely overridden, even
what
though part of you is sort of going, is this, is this the right thing to do? Should I go here? Should I go there?
You get people who might meet someone and there's a chemical reaction. That's why
Yeah.
they say we've got good chemistry. Oh, we've got really good chemistry, haven't we? There's a chemical reaction that happens. It's proven. And there's some stuff that's fizzing. It's fizzy.
You ignore the red flags.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
And you're being led by desire, right? And intuition sounds like it's like proper legit. And it is, and it can be, but you've got to develop it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe you have got to be conscious, regardless of what that dictionary says, that book. I think there is a consciousness to it. Even though it's a split second decision, my intuition, it's a knowing. This is this is like, and it comes from experience as well of developing. Like you've got to, the knowing comes from just having experience that your intuition is what is right most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then what's right and wrong about it? Just it's just different outcomes. Which one is right or wrong? That's subjective to perception.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean, that's when you come down to experience and knowledge, and learning, and that's the whole idea of learning is we make mistakes
Mm,
and we learn from them. If you
yeah,
don't make mistakes and you get everything right first time, then you're not really learning. So yeah, if your intuition is based upon your knowledge and your wisdom, then your intuition is only going to get stronger the more you build.
yeah. Yeah. And knowledge doesn't necessarily mean academic knowledge,
Mm-mm.
because I don't think that has a place in intuition. In fact, I believe it's got nothing to do with it.
You can read all the books in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah. Look at all these scholars that you know, that lead people in any field. And does the right thing always happen?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it led by a desire to make money or greed or all the other stuff? Power, prestige, ego, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So look, head, heart,
Mm-hmm.
head, heart. I always say this to people, and it's true for me. Are you in your head or are you in your heart? Two different places to be.
And where does intuition sit?
In your heart.
Okay. But okay.
And I'm not talking about driving down a country lane at 6 mile an hour, get your clothes off and be around soon. I don't know why I keep saying that. I've said it once. I'm
It's in your
using it.
subconscious.
I'm using it
You
as
said you've had a bad back for the past week, but actually,
I'm using it as an example of where we can go with this, everyone, not just
okay.
me, where I can go with this. It's that desire. I'm just giving you an example of, these
You're
randy
going
young
down
these
the country
these
lane,
these randy young men that I see driving around the lanes at 60 mile an hour with their head in their phone,
going to
bloody
visit
texting.
Granny in her cottage, and
Yeah.
actually she's a wolf wearing a bonnet.
But your heart, yeah, look, being Randy, being a Randy Andy, right, wanting to go around and see Randy Sandy. Of course, when you talk about the heart, where does desire come from? If you're being led by your desires, where does that come from? Is that your head or your heart or your groin?
Yeah, or your belly
Yeah,
when it
right.
comes to dry roasted
Where is,
peanuts.
where are this? Where do you place that in your being? Right? Because head, unless you are have self-awareness, if you've got ability to know what's going on in your noodle, which I was talking about a little while ago, about what's all that dialogue, all that narrative,
Mm-hmm.
how much of that is accurate? Have you got that awareness? Do you sit and reflect. Are you able to be with your head? Are you able to be in your head? This is why the term getting out of your head is such a common thing, because I need to get out of my head. Like, oh, let's get out of our heads. Because being in your head's quite challenging to some people, including myself. I've had to develop skills to be able to be okay in my head, for it to be calm. Yeah. So my head isn't necessarily a dangerous place to be in. It's quite pleasant actually most of the time. Didn't used to be.
Okay.
My heart didn't used to be a very pleasant place to be in either. But it's okay now. It's really pleasant actually. Right? So it's having this awareness of when am I in my head and how does that cause, how when I'm in my head, what's the outcome to that? Right? When I'm in my heart, what's the outcome to that? Are you in your head or your heart? Now, I believe intuition is coming more from a heart place, not the desire to Andy Randy with Randy Sandy. I'm talking about just being in your, that beautiful heart space where you're breathing and there's a calmness to it. There's a consciousness to it. And your head isn't amplified, it's not noisy. Your head slows down and you're quiet and your mind quietens. And then your heart and your head becomes one. Two become one.
You're at Spice Girls again.
Gone back to that again.
Yeah. So actually,
Does that make
uh,
sense? Two become one. So your head and your heart becomes sort of
so
like
it
this
doesn't sit in your
intuitive.
heart. It because for me, if it sits in your heart, then it's an emotional response, and emotional could be the desire, it could be the hunger, it could be a number of things which override uh, a sensible decision or a good decision. So
I've got
if
it.
your intuition sits where the two cross
Yeah,
and you're overriding that emotion
yeah,
that says,
yeah,
I need to do this because I'm feeling hungry, then yeah, then it makes more sense to me in terms of
yeah.
being intuition.
I've got it.
Go on.
I've got it. And you've just helped me with seeing it by what you just said, right? So I need a flip chart. I need to draw it. But imagine a diagram of a human, right? And you've got the
Mm-hmm.
heart and you've got the head, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that when your head and your heart's in a line and the head's not in ego, it's not in that, madness of the neurosis and all of the
Mm-hmm.
plotting that it makes, all the lies, all the bullshit. When you can quiet that mind out and become meditative and conscious in your mind, present, and you're in your heart space, and that's in a place of not coming from desire outwardly, but it's
Mm-hmm.
more sort of you're going inward, and then them two sort of come together, and then they go to a direct source which is sort of like above you, like maybe it's above your head, like imagine a halo
Mm-hmm.
that we see in biblical pictures. It's like halo. Imagine a halo. So the heart and head sort of has this synergy, and it goes, and then it goes up to the halo, and that halo part of you, it's like your higher self. It's like your higher self. It's like that stoic parent, higher self, adult part of you, the intuition, the discernment, the wisdom, the inner guru part of your being, and that's where it's coming from.
So
That's
you actually get
intuition.
out of yourself, look at yourself, and go, "This is the right thing to do."
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe, and we're not aware of it. It just happens. I don't
and then
know.
and then you get this incredible ready brick glow around you because you're just in such
Yeah,
a
yeah,
sort of spiritual place.
yeah. But maybe because you do hear about, where people can transcend their ego, their minds. They can transcend their. I mean, look at the Egyptians, man, and
Okay.
look at things going way back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what I'm talking about halos. Like I use
Right.
that as a visual, but maybe there is something in that. Where do halos come from? Why are they there? What do they mean? Are they the crown chakra? Are they the the sort of like the iOS system, the operating system for us humans that sit above us out of our, because if we leave it to our heads and our hearts, we're always going to go from a place of ego and desire. So we have to get to a place somewhere outside of ourselves, a higher self. Like we have to channel and tune into something, tap into something to
Yeah.
make the right decisions in our life. And that's why we need to meditate and do things like that. Why is it that all of the indigenous, like wise, really wise elders, the proper wise elders, not these fucking fake wise elders that seem to be governing everything. I'm talking about the indigenous wise elders. Why are they all doing these rituals where it seems that they go somewhere?
Hmm.
I don't know. Have I completely lost the plot? I know I haven't. I think I'm talking sense. It makes sense to me. So whether you're with me or not, people, it's getting a bit cosmic, but why can't we get cosmic? Why can't it be like this? Why do we have to be stuck in this body and, you know, why can't we be aliens? Why can't we be
We're
ethereal?
transcending our human shells.
That's higher consciousness. That's what higher consciousness is, man. It's tapping into something greater than ourselves. Than what we think we are capable of. We use, what is it? How much percent of our brain capacity?
Not a lot.
Exactly. Look at us. We're a bunch of numbnuts, really, if you think about it, because we're not accessing what we could be accessing. And maybe some of that, I'm going to get provocative now and use the word divinity, divine, a divine um, connection, soul. We haven't used the word soul yet with intuition.
Yeah. Okay.
Spiritual. Here we go. No, you're not convinced. You're not sure.
Well, no, I guess it's like it's like divination, like you're saying. Like I I feel like there's a right and a wrong to it, and I feel like I still feel like it can lead us different ways, and I get it. We're trying to get to a point where we make good, solid decisions more than we make bad decisions, and we need help with that. We we do sometimes need to get out of ourselves and find wisdom in others.
Yeah,
But but the whole thing with the intuition is that feel like I said it's very instinctive. It's like a split-second decision, and I just worry that if we were all making intuitive decisions and they were right, then we'd be in a much better place than we are. But
exactly.
but people are making a lot of decisions based on their intuition, which means that they
Yeah,
make bad decisions. And it's that whole sort of context of where you're coming from and where where you're at that point, and how much insight you actually have as to whether that intuitive decision is going to take you to a good or a bad place. And
yeah,
I'd like to think it would be, a sort of like, right, everything's connecting in my body's glowing, I'm reaching out to a higher being or a higher sense of more universal sense of right and wrong, and that's all happening in a split second, and intuitively I know that this is the right thing to do at this point.
yeah,
But I don't think people do. I think people follow what has always happened. I don't. Yeah, I feel like the intuition or the instinctive decision is normally this is this is how things have been. I'm
hmm
going to follow what I think is it. Yeah, is the norm, and I find it really difficult that people won't look outside what's happened before and go, we could do things differently. We could try this. And uh yeah, I mean, just trying to, I mean, I was at a meeting this week and everyone in the meeting was saying that we have a we have a way of doing things. This is what our job is. And in my head, I was thinking that is what our job is, but the context has changed.
Yeah.
Things change, society changes, so we have to respond to that change. And yet, it doesn't mean our job changes or our reason for doing something, but it might be that the way we do things has to change. And I find people very stuck because intuitively they will go with what they know. And if what they know isn't wise or hasn't been developed, then you end up just going around in circles. Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah. That's pretty much the framework of the world we live in.
Yeah,
Unless you're not living like that or thinking like that,
yeah, yeah.
you know? That's like, again, that's just coming from a head place, not a heart place,
Mm-hmm.
you know? It's like, that's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah. And is that intuition then? I guess is
How
what I'm
how can
asking.
it be? How can it be? What's intuitive about it? I mean, yeah, it's intuitive. That what I'm going to be intuitive about is I'm being intuitive about the fact I'm just going to follow what I've always done, regardless of the outcome. So it's a very ignorant, unskillful existence
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
intuitively blind. What it is you're being intuitively, blindly led and leading yourself astray
Mm-hmm.
from your truth and the of what actually might be a better outcome for you and outwardly, because it starts with us. Yeah, be a sheep, be blindly led and blindly lead yourself astray in your life. Do it. It gives a fuck. Yeah, crack on. Have a good life. It doesn't bother me. But I'd made a decision in 2009 because I realized I had all the evidence. And I'd known for a long time. Yeah, I know, I know my life's fucking shit. Thank you very much. But I'm going to continue to intuitively, blindly lead myself astray. Continue to do that. Yeah. A misled youth
Mm-hmm.
that turned into an unskillful, unproductive human being who just medicates because I just don't want to get in touch with the task of actually doing something about it. I'm just going to blindly continue to intuitively, unconsciously carry on. That's where the intuitive part comes. You're just intuitively floating down the stream, which is the wrong stream.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's where I think intuition gets blurry. It's blurred. So that's the bad part of intuition. It can continue to keep you stuck and it will tell you everything's all right when it's not, even though you know it's fucked.
yeah,
So at what point do you come out of the matrix, man, and have a better life? And you've got to do some work, as always. And this is why people don't want to do it. It's too hard. It's easier just to continue to medicate on the desires that they're chasing, be it online shopping, gambling with their lives and reality, you know, um, just to continue to consume, 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 consume. And it's great. Crack on. The world's fucked because of it, but carry on blindly. You're all right over there. I'm all right over here. I'm doing it differently. And that's not me judging people. That's just, I've done that bit. Act one, you know. Act two, gonna change it. Act three, I'm living it. Different. My life's fucking great. And my intuition's very different now.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe what the SAS guy, he's right. You know, if you just follow your gut feeling, it's not always accurate, man. You got to just sit and you got to bounce it. You know, and intuition can come from actually just. I intuitively know that I need to talk to someone about this and to sleep on it. My intuition will tell me I need to sleep on it.
Now your intuition will tell you that.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, okay, I've learned to. I don't need to act immediately on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a discerning, wise act is to go, my intuition is telling me just to pause and have a think about it because I know that the right thing will come along. The Buddhists, I know what they do. They get all the information they need, they contemplate, right? They receive information, they study something that they're not sure on, and then they sit with it. They say they 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 go they gather all of the information that they're trying to study, and then they throw it away. It's there, but what they say is they let go of it. And then what they do is they then meditate on it. So they reflect, they contemplate, they walk in nature and let it ruminate. And they say, you know, the right answer always comes. Whether it's an aha moment straight away or it might be somewhere down the line, a couple of days or a week. But they'll get there and they'll know exactly what it is. How many people
I've,
can say they're doing that sort of process, man?
I much prefer that idea of intuition being something that we allow to come and develop as opposed to something that happens in a split second.
Exactly.
And I think that for me feels wiser because, yeah, I feel like that sort of gut decision, that impulsive decision, invariably invariably leads to people making choices that they've always made. It means they get stuck in the patterns of life, as opposed to, like you said, having some sort of insight, that having done some sort of work, some sort of research, and that doesn't mean going on Google or Wikipedia, but actually being informed and finding an intuition that's based in wisdom. And yeah, I guess that only comes with time.
Time and space,
Yeah, yeah.
as always. Time and space. So bringing in tech, you know, we've never been more lost and further away from our true north because of tech. And
Mm-hmm.
we can subscribe to an app, you know, these sort of applications. We can subscribe to these sort of these softwares now that have their own intuition.
Mm.
And we don't, you know, we don't need to use ours.
Yeah,
It's critical thinking. It comes down to that again.
yeah, yeah.
Intuition is critical thinking in a way. It helps you. It certainly lends itself, like the SAS. How the fuck would they do what they do if they didn't have critical thinking? And a
Mm-hmm.
big part of that is intuition, and a big part of that is not acting from impulse. It's being strategic and knowing what the right thing is to do from experience and from outcomes. Oh, we've got the evidence that when we do it this way, this is the outcome. And you've only got to look at your lives respectively to see if you're fucking your evidence in your life shows you you're skillful and you're doing it a certain way.
Yeah.
It's just getting real about that. I need to develop some intuitive critical thinking. I'm not going to ask a fucking computer to do it for me. Oh, hello. Can you tell me what I need to do tomorrow for this thing that I'm not sure on? Oh, yes, Dave. That's how
that's a
my
that's a
that's
wonderful question, Dave.
yeah.
Oh, what insight and wisdom you have to have asked me this question.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Can you tell me what I need to eat tomorrow for lunch,
Hmm.
please? What do you think? What do you think I should eat for lunch tomorrow?
I would say three pieces of toast
Yeah.
and some sardines.
See, that's all I'm jesting about here is that that's a big part of why there's a lot of people that are in a bit of a fucking kerfuffle at the moment, right? Is because we are relinquishing our ability to develop and fine tune and dial in to our true north sense of what is right and wrong for us and our lives and for the greater good. And it starts with us. And we're relinquishing that ability to fucking tech. And we have been for a while, right? How many of you use a calculator? How many of you do it without a calculator? Do you use a calculator?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rubbish at maths.
Oh man. So you're never going to be good at maths if you relinquish the skill and the ability to not use a calculator, to try and learn. Get a darts board.
Yeah.
That's good for getting your head around numbers and calculations. Yeah.
I used to work with a chap in a bar when I used to work in a pub in university days. And he just had this incredible brain. Didn't matter how many drinks people ordered, he'd know exactly how much and how much change they would need from whatever notes they gave him.
It's
Just
amazing.
yeah, absolutely incredible brain that having
Mm.
worked in pubs for years, he could just yeah,
Yeah.
just do it all in his head.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's like the London black cabs. They've got to do the knowledge, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're intuitive? Or do you think they're just going from like this see, look, these London black cab drivers, man, they need to be lifted up and they should be knighted
Okay.
for, for their capacity, the ability. It shows that we've all got that. We're just not using it. To be able to learn the knowledge, man, the famous knowledge that they have to do to be able
Mm-hmm.
to drive around London in their motor, and you just jump in and you're like, all right, mate, yeah, Seymour Place, please. I mean, that's an obvious easy one, but you know what I mean? Like, and they just know straight away, bang, they've got it. And they're there. It's incredible.
So the yeah, so the power of the human brain is such that we can do these incredible things
Yeah,
and make intuitive or use intuition in a way that then is based on wisdom. And if we're not using our brains and we're letting something else do all that thinking for us,
yeah,
then we are going to make intuitively bad decisions.
yeah,
Okay. And I think we're all we are always in danger of making intuitively bad decisions if we haven't tried to do some work on developing ourselves, and that means developing our brain and our head. So if
absolutely.
uh, the less wise we are, the less uh, sensible, instinctive decisions we're going to make.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much the end of the episode, I think,
Yeah.
because it's skillful versus unskillful. That's it. And what you just described is that it's it's am I skillful or am I unskillful in my decision making, my thought process, and the outcomes that I create as a result of those?
Mm-hmm.
Are they positive or negative? You've got the evidence, people. We all have it. Do you want to just ignore it? Are you on track? And you're like, yep, no, I'm good. Great. Continue. Brilliant. You know, you can have a good life and you're going to do some good stuff because of it, and you're going to help the world and your society and your friends and your family and your loved ones. Brilliant. Or you being a complete fucking donkey about it. Carry on. Go and fuck off to Mars with all the other people that are fucking shit up. I'm joking. But you know what I mean? The planet's in a bit of a pickle. And society's in a bit of a pickle. And the planet will be fine once us lot fucking sling our hooks. Because
Mhm.
the planet's got the intuition to repair and restore and to recover once we're gone. The planet's got a very intuitive.
But Mars is going to be in a right mess.
Yeah, it's gonna have a techno city with all the fucking tech heads and gazillionaires on it with their gilets on and all that bad bullshit.
All you
That's
gilet wearers out there, you feel judged.
no, that was I'm basing that on the film. It's me taking that context from a film where they use this sort of like the what they called the antagonist was some gazillionaire who's walking around with a gilet. So it's not me judging, it's just taking out of context.
I'll go to
Um,
Arnie in Total Recall. That's what I think of whenever you mention going to Mars. That's who
yeah.
I picture there.
Oh my God. Do you think we've got more to say or do? I mean, we always have, but it's like I feel like we've covered a lot of bases with it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's as I said, it's a really it's a difficult one. I find it very I find it quite complex in terms of who's making that intuitive decision and what they're basing it on. And I think it is there's a lot of nuance in that. It's like it's not. I found that and that's the dilemma I'm having in trying to work out what this means for me. Is intuitive decision making always good? I think is the question I'm left with at the end of this episode.
Why don't you ask a robot?
I will ask a robot because I just know we're all so good at ignoring red flags. And is that us overriding intuition,
Shall I look
or
it up?
what? You're going to ask
So,
a robot?
no, well, I haven't. I'm not subscribed to those platforms, but I could just type it in to what I have got.
Go on then.
I'm not. I'm not online at the moment. I need to turn
Oh, okay.
myself on. Are you online?
Uh, could be.
Could
What
you?
am I asking?
Exactly what you just said.
What did I say? I forget
Um,
what I say.
um, is intuition? Can intuition be not always the right thing? Can it be a? Can you do the wrong thing coming from a place of intuition? I can't remember what you said.
Can intuition be wrong? Yeah. AI, the robot, has said it can be wrong because it's based on personal experiences, biases, and mental shortcuts that may not accurately reflect reality.
Well, there you go. This is good.
Well done, robot.
See, that's good. Can you repeat that?
Intuition can be wrong because it's based on personal experiences, biases, and mental shortcuts that may not accurately reflect reality.
And they're impaired because there's many influences. And then
Mm.
biases come from personal preferences. It said
Mm-hmm.
that. Desires.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'll tell yourself a narrative that you're convinced is right. Like someone I was talking about earlier, I didn't really go into it, but they're convinced that their narrative is,
Mm.
they're convinced that they're in their intuition, that it's the right thing for them, that they need to be doing all this stuff. But from where I'm looking, it's not.
Mm.
But that's perspective because that's what I think. I'm biased also because I think I don't agree with it. I think that for my life, everything they're doing feels, whoa, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
But then I'm
Yeah.
being biased because that's my preference.
Yeah, yeah.
How do I know that they're not actually it's working for them? But there's a lot of evidence to suggest that it's definitely not. But you know what I mean? It's that's quite good, that answer.
So there is a level of bias to it.
Has that
But
helped you
yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit?
yeah, it has. It has. I feel like the robots solved it all. I'm moving to Mars.
But this is kind of what we covered that anyway, didn't we? I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
what that's just clarified what we did cover,
yeah.
which is that intuition is open to interpretation to whether it is actually a skillful act or not, or whether it's coming from the right place. Is it coming from your groin, guys, guys, guys? You know, how many ladies will say, "Stop! He always thinking of his bloody badger again."
That was not the word I was expecting you to use.
I don't.
Um,
Um,
and also, oh yeah, no, maybe I'm not going to go there.
go
That
there.
that's my mum. That's my dad's pet name for my mum.
What? Really?
Yeah, he calls her Badger.
Has she got like a white streak?
No, I don't know
No.
where it's come from. I don't know.
Stop badgering me.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, random.
Well, it is quite
Um,
random. Yeah,
what's your motive, basically, is what it comes down to,
yeah.
people. What's your motive? What's your intuition? What's your sense of intuition? If you can be asked to get involved and and sling us a little bit of your thoughts, it'd be great to hear from you. So, as always, email, join us at the Velvet Revolution pod.com, and we will gladly read them out. You can mark it as anonymous or not. If you've got any examples of good intuition, bad intuition, what are your thoughts? And if you know anyone who you think needs to hear what you've just listened to, pass it on, man. You know, let them have the link to what we're talking about because this is what it's all about. We want people to, you know, contemplate what we're talking about, man. This is what it's all
Yeah, yeah.
about. So please do that if you feel inclined to do it.
Okay. I
Mm.
think we have reached the end now.
I feel my intuition is telling me that we've done it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Was that okay? You all right with that?
yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought yeah, it's a nice one. I'm glad I've chose it.
Yeah.
It's good. Are we going to go with intuition or intuitive?
Um, Intuition.
Is our intuition accurate?
Yep. Nice.
Question mark.
There you go.
Is it, people? Is it? Okay then. All right then, Mr. Rice. So
Till the
onwards and
next
up.
time.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you all for listening, and speak to you all very soon.
Yes. Indeed. Take care.
Take care, mate.
Farewell.